Day 211 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem. You already know how we do. We're doing LeetCode problems every day until we accomplish our goals, whatever they may be, y'all. Do not let imposter syndrome get in your way. We all have to start somewhere. Everybody's a beginner. Every master was a beginner at some point in their life, y'all. So don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, and in this case, doing a LeetCode problem every day and becoming a better programmer than you were yesterday, just give it time and you'll be exactly where you want to be as far as your programming skills, y'all. Just keep working. Don't give up. Stay disciplined. Stay consistent. Now, before we get started today, y'all, if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out the description and go ahead and get you some, y'all. And then after you do that, y'all, I need y'all to bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. And then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. And then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we can run up this engagement and we can push this good old Swift content out to a broader audience, y'all. As Swift community members, it's up to us to help the community to grow, and one way we can do that is to share this content out with as many people as we could find that will watch it, y'all. So your support is appreciated when it comes to that. Now, let's get into the question. And today we have question number 228, summary ranges. The difficulty level is easy, y'all, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well, because we're all here on different levels of our programming journey, and we want to end this video with a solution that everybody can understand no matter where you are on your programming journey, y'all. So let's see what the question says. Question says, you are given a sorted unique integer array nums. A range AB is the set of all integers from A to B inclusive. Return the smallest sorted list of ranges that cover all the numbers in the array exactly. That is, each element of nums is covered by exactly one of the ranges, and there is no integer x such that x is in one of the ranges but not in nums. Each range AB in the list should be output as A to B if A does not equal B, and just A if A does equal B. Right, so let's look into the example 1 so we can see what they mean. It's kind of difficult to understand without looking at the explanation, so let's go ahead and give it a look-see. Let's see, we have the example 1 with input nums equals an array of integers 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7. The output is an array of strings 0 to 2, right, 4 to 5, and 7. Now, the key part is this right here. We have to make sure we include this in the output, where normally if we were creating a function, this would be the return symbol, but in this case, we want to include this in the output. So let's see what the explanation says, though. Explanation says the ranges are 0 to 2, right? So we put, that's where this comes from. So if you look up here, we go from 0, 1, 2, it stops at 3. That means the range goes from 0 to 2, right? Or this is index 0 to 2, I assume, right? No, it's not. I don't know. No, it's not. I take that back. Either way, it goes 0 to 2, right? It goes 0, 1, 2, stops at 3. So the range is from 0 to 2 because there's no 3, so it stops at 2. Then we find the next range, 4 to 5. You see there's no 3, there's no 6, right? So we stop right here at 6 because there is no 6. So the next range would be 4 and 5. Boom. Then the final range is a 7. When you see right here, if A is equal to B, we just return the A right here, right? We just return 1A. We don't have to include this right here. So, or just this part. We don't have to include this. We could just put the element right here, or A, or just 7, right? That's why it's just a 7 right here, right? And that's how it works. It goes from 0 to 2, that's one range. There's no 3, so then it goes 4 to 5. That's another range because there's no 6, and then we just return the 7 right here by itself, and that's why the output is right here. And once again, the tricky part, I assume it's going to be this part right here. We have to make sure this is included in our output. We're going to have to find a way to do that. I think I have an idea of how we're going to do that. I'll show y'all when we get there. So now let's look at example 2 where the array is a little bit longer. And just in case, let's go through it. So in example 2, we have the input nums equals an array of integers 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 9. In this case, the output is 0, then it's 2 to 4, then 6, then 8 to 9, right? So we see the 0 is by itself because there is no 1, so we just put a 0 right here, like it says up here. Boom. Then we go, there's no 1, so we go from 2, 3, 4, there's no 5, so we know that's a range right there, and we go from 2 to 4, right? 2, 4, 2 to 4, just like that. Then we come pick up right here at 6, there's no 7, so we just put the 6 right here, boom. Right, then we have 8, 9, and we put the 8, 9 right here, 8, 9 like so, and that is how we get this output right here. So now that we understand what the question is asking, let's get into the fun part, the part that all keeps us going when we want to when we wake up in the morning, the actual code, y'all. So let's get into it. It's not that long. Code's not that difficult to understand, and it's not that long either. Not tedious or anything. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to say guard nums dot count is greater than 0, else we're just going to return a blank array. So if nums dot count is not greater than 0, we're just going to return a blank array because that means there's nothing right there. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to declare a variable called start, and we're going to set that equal to nums square bracket 0 because that's where we're going to start at. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to declare another variable called previous, and we are going to set that equal to nums 0 as well. Boom, like this. So nums square bracket 0 square bracket. Then we're going to come down here, declare another variable called output, and we are going to set that, or we're going to do it like that, colon, we're going to cast that as an array of strings like so, and then we're going to say equals, we're going to initialize it with a blank array. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to say for num in nums square bracket, square brackets 1 dot dot dot. It's just dot dot dot, nothing after the dot dot dot, y'all. Then we're going to come outside, we're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say if num minus previous does not equal 1, that means that the range is ended, right? Because if num minus previous is 2 or greater, then we know there's a missing number, right? Like right here, 6 minus 4 will be 2. We know the 5 is missing, right? Whereas if it's 4 minus 3, it's 1. So we know it's still consecutive numbers. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say if start is equal to previous. What we're going to do is we're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say output plus equals. Open up the square brackets. This time we're going to do some string interpolation, y'all. So we're going to say open up the quotation marks, and we are going to say slash, open up the parentheses, start, close the parentheses. And I'm going to tell y'all why that's important in the next part right here. Then we're going to say else, open up the brackets again. We're going to say output plus equals, open up the square brackets. We're going to do some more string interpolation. This time we're going to say slash parentheses start, close the parentheses. Then we're going to say this return sign, but it's still in the string, so it's not a return sign, it's a string. And that's why the string interpolation is important, so we can include this sign right here in the output. And then we're going to do the same thing for previous. We're going to say slash, open up the parentheses, previous. And if you don't know what string interpolation is, this is just going to convert whatever start is or whatever previous is into a string so that we can include it in our output. Close the brackets. Then we're going to come down outside of that if statement, and we are going to say start equals num, and we are going to say, come underneath that and say previous equals num. And we're going to come right here and we are going to say else, else, open up some brackets. We're going to say previous equals num. And then we're going to come down here. We're going to say if start equal sign previous. So if start is equal to previous, we're going to open up the brackets and we're going to say output plus equals, open up the square brackets, quotation marks, some more string interpolation. We're going to say slash, open up the parentheses, start, close the parentheses. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to say else, open up the brackets. We are going to say output plus equals, square brackets, open up the quotation marks, more string interpolation. We're going to say slash, open up the parentheses, start, close the parentheses. Then we're going to do this little return sign, but it's not a return sign because it's just, in this case, it's our range sign for the output. Then we're going to do the same thing for previous, open up the slash, open up the parentheses, previous, close the parentheses. Then we're just going to come right here underneath that and we're going to say return output. Now, excuse me, y'all, that should be all she wrote. Let's run it, make sure it works how it's supposed to work. Let's see, and it's accepted, y'all. Now, I want to say, make sure y'all do not put any spaces in between this, because when you do, let's run it so you can see what happens when we try to run it. It's going to say it's the wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? It's the wrong answer if you have spaces up there. So do not put the spaces in there because it's going to return it. It's going to be the wrong answer. It's expecting this with no spaces. So that's important if you want to get the right answer, or if y'all put spaces and got the wrong answer. That's why. Make sure there's no spaces right there. So let's run it again. And then let's see, it's accepted. So let's submit it. See what happens after we submit it. Make sure it stays accepted. Ooh, look at that, y'all. Looky here. We have 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users with Swift, y'all. That's what I like to see. Those are some good numbers right there. That's faster than a Bugatti riding past Andrew Tate and the rest of the brokies on the highway, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. So before we leave today, y'all, get one more look at the code. One more look at the code. Get a little look, see? Make sure y'all got everything. And I hope y'all learned something today. And I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.